Welcome to Adventures of a Time Traveler. I'm Trina, the Time Traveler, back for an amazing video. I am so excited to do this video because when I tell you we have been lied to so fucking much, now it's just comical. So, one of my favorite subjects I've always loved since a kid was dinosaurs. And since I was small, the stories that they would tell us about dinosaurs and movies like Jurassic Park and those types of things, kind of just showing dinosaurs in a more carnal nature and just bestiality and all of this other shit. Like, I just wasn't buying it. But as I grew older, I dove deeper into science. I'm like a science head, I'm a researcher. If you don't know, now you know. So I love science. And some years back, I come across the discovery of some stones called the Inca stones. And they were found in Peru. And they were found by this farmer at the time who said, initially, he said he was digging and he found a cave or some space, and him and his son went in, I believed, and they found like tens of thousands of fucking tablets from the size of small that could fit in your hand, palm size, like a rock or something like that, to these tablet size that were, a couple feet across. And I was so intrigued by it because I had never heard of anything as such. And on these stones, they depicted pictures of humans alongside of dinosaurs. So I was channeling today and having a conversation with some coworkers, and a coworker was telling me a story about his brother-in-law sending him a picture of some dinosaurs and saying, "What's wrong with this picture?" And they were two dinosaurs stacked on top of each other, like two stegosaurus, two triceratops, two Tyrannosaurus Rexes just stacked on top. And I was like, okay, what? He was like, they can't procreate like that. And instantly began to tap into the energy of dinosaurs. And I said, well, one is when us as mammals think about procreation, we only think about it in that, again, bestiality way, about, two species jumping and humping. And well, that's not how all species are. Some species are asexual, and still to this day. And the coworker mentioned, oh yeah, like frogs. I said, exactly. And what are frogs? Frogs are reptiles. So when we look at the history, honestly, I know for a fact the time span that they're giving us of millions of years is not true. In fact, my guides told me it's more of thousands of years, not even tens of thousands of years. They're saying it's recent, and they're not even saying in the confusion of time because they understand it fully. Some of my guides are time, I mean, we ain't gonna go there, but some of them, that's what they do. So they keep a track of the earthly realm itself. And Gaia herself began to explain it and talk to me. And I was channeling that one. Excuse me for that interruption. Yeah, they definitely didn't want this shit to get out. That was random. But what I'm tapping into, the frequencies of the time period of when the beginning of the period of when dinosaurs started their evolution. Dinosaurs were all female. There were no male dinosaurs. The depiction that they show us of them being, what is it called when you eat each other? Cannibals. There it is. I'm like, what is that called again? That is a fucking lie. They did not eat each other. Okay, the species of humans that came onto this planet saw the connection that species of dinosaurs, dinosaurs in general, had to the planet, and how magical they were and how they ruled the planet. And once men were introduced into that experiment, it was like a hell no. They had to absolutely fucking stop this shit. So they began to hunt dinosaurs. And this is all channeled, this is all from my guides. They began to hunt them down. This wasn't like a rapid thing like they like to explain it. No, no, no. This was over a very, very, very long period of time that they did. At one point, they even enslaved them. So now they're telling me, like the cartoon, The Simpsons, not The Simpsons, excuse me, The Flintstones. They have to show you what the fuck was going on. So there was a time period into where we actually utilized dinosaurs for technology and the advancement of transportation, those types of things. Flight, I'm seeing, we actually use them and almost enslave them. And that's when there began to be a quote unquote war against dinosaurs and human beings. This is when the humans had to absolutely eliminate these off of the planet. So the few species of reptiles that are left are the ones that you can kind of consider them like the more harmless species, the species that they really didn't need to control and really had no use for. And even those species of reptiles that still exist are very intelligent. And we all were protectors of the land. They were protectors, of Gaia. And by the slaughtering of those beings, it kind of lifted and created very heavy, dense energy in this plane until this day that we still will probably never get that frequency of love and just bliss and protection from dinosaurs because of the curse that we have really put upon ourselves. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I show you so much love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you soon. Ashe.